Hi everyone. So in this particular demo, I will be showing you in Genius Hub how we can do the setup of Db2 Remote Host Runtime. So exactly what is this thing? Basically, it's a lightweight service, like it's a standalone, independent and cross-platform REST API service which we can do the setup on our database level where we have db2 instance, and whatever database we have at that particular instance, we will be able to see all the dialog inside a Genius Hub under this log analysis tab. So in this we can see everything, all the dialog which are happening at the instance level in this Genius Hub. So we don't have to go to the terminal window and see those things. A DBA or a developer can do all of those stuff here inside Genius Hub itself. So Genius Hub provides this capability, and to enable it we need to download this service at our instance level where we have our db2 install. So I will be showing you how we can do the setup on a Linux machine where I have my database installed, and we can even go inside this documentation. Here all the step-by-step details are given. There are some precondition which we have to make sure we follow, and everything, every single step is mentioned here. How we can do installation on Windows and how we can do installation on Linux. So to install this, first of all we have to download this tar file at our instance level where we have db2 install. So it is already mentioned in this documentation. If you see this step, so we have to go to the instance user, which is in my case is db2 inst1. So there we have to untar this file and then do the installation. So I already have this file at a particular folder. Let me untar it. So untarred it, let me go inside this particular folder, and inside this we will have this folder structure. So we can do ls minus la, it will show hidden folder also, ls minus la. Yeah, so here we have our template env file. If we open this, so we have to do certain setup steps also before this will start work. So here example is given, but if we go to this documentation side, in the starting it is mentioned that we have to create a .env file and we have to do some setup. So for HTTPS we have to place this server port to 8443. Default port is 8080. So if we don't do this setup, default 8080 will be used, but there we can't have any TLS certification. But in order to use HTTPS for running this TLS also, we have to change this port to 8443. Then for any TLS configuration, we have to make sure we do these setup, and these steps we have to follow. In our case, we are not handling this TLS configuration, so I will be showing you. We have to just place this particular port. So let me create a env file. So and let's paste this thing. So here we have set the server port 8443. Now this is the port with which authentication will happen at this particular port. So that's why we are setting this thing. If we don't set this, then the default port will be used 8080, but that will be used in case Genius Hub we are using at HTTP. But in our case we will be using at HTTPS. So that's why it's mandatory to set this 8443. Once we set up, then we can go inside this script folder, and inside this we will have start.sh. So if we run this, the setup will be completed. Now we can even check the status, and if we see the status, it's running. So now the important thing is already completed. Now only we have to create a connection at a database level. So here currently what we have done, we have installed this remote OS service at our database level where we have the db2 instance running. So whatever database which are present inside this particular instance, we will be able to do this. We will be able to use this, and we will be able to see the remote logs. So now we have to go to our Genius Hub, And inside the home page here we have different connections, right? So we can even create a new connection by clicking here. Just enter host name, port, database, the username, the password. Okay, these are different things which we have to do. In our case, as I already have some connection, I will show you how we can link the service with this particular database. So this this host 242 is the host where I have installed this particular remote OS service. So make sure that the host should be same, because at this host I have my Db2 running, database instance running. So there only I have done the setup. So that's why it's important, the connection, every detail should be correct. But if we scroll down, at last we will have this enable remote OS service. We can put the cursor here also. It will show you different information like remote OS service should be running in the same host where the Db2 server is running. Okay, so we can even refer the documentation for more information, the same documentation which I was showing you. Now here what we have to do, we have to end, like there are two ways of authentication. The first is the the username password level. We have to enter the instance user. In our case it was db2inst1 and the password of that user, or else we can do this API key. With this we can authorize it, and here we have to enter the API key. But for this demo purpose I will be using the clear text password. So here we have to enter the same port which we set in .env file, and now we have to enter the instance username and password. Also if we go to in this documentation here, we can check which is the active user. So if we see, I have my user db2inst1 and the instance name in my case is db2inst1. So all these commands are mentioned here, you can use them. But let me enter the password here, and if I do the test connection now, I will be now connected. So let me save this connection. It will take 2-3 seconds, and then our setup and everything will be completed. Okay, so we get a successfully updated message also. And now if we go to this log analysis, and let me just refresh it. These are the old things which I have done the setup, but this is the one which I just showed you about this GH demo. So this is the demo. This is the database where we have enabled this remote OS service, that checkbox, right? So this was my database. So that's why in this I will be seeing this particular database only. So in this log analysis window, we have some of the things, like first is the refresh. It will refresh everything here. Then we can customize these columns. So currently it shows port, time, count, distribution, top code. We can even customize this, or we can even filter it. So we have, we can create a new rule, we can delete a rule, we can match all rules, any rule, and then we can filter based on different parameters. Like we have port, time, alert count, top codes, and we can use these things, and we can simply validate or filter based on our requirement. And if we want to see all the dialogues present at this particular instance level for this database, let me go inside this thing, and here you can see all the dialogues which are happening at our instance level for this particular database will be shown here. So we have timestamp, level, PID, all the SQL code, database name, and the message. So if we click on message, we can see what is the exact message happening. Let me show you this warning one. So if I click here, so these details we can see, right? And if I click on this one, so these are all the log analysis which a DB or a developer can use, and this will be very helpful because a person don't have to go inside their database instance level and then check the dialog. What they can do, Genius Hub provides this capability that at one particular platform only, everything can be managed. So they can see all the dialog, They can do their investigation based on whatever challenges they are facing at their database level, and in one platform we get everything. So in this particular page also, at top we see host, like the host where we have set the remote OS service. This is the port of that particular database level where we have db2 instance. Then the logs which it shows is last 30-minute logs only. So these are last 30-minute logs. Then we have this some diagnostic types and all these things. Again, here we have this refresh option. Then we have this customize column option. Then we have this filter option. And again, here also we can apply multiple rules. We have different options like levels. If we set this level, and let me select this like or equal to, let me select error. And if I apply, okay, so I think I don't have, okay. So now it shows all the errors, right? Based on this, we can do the filtration, whatever, like based on SQL code or whatever we want. We can even clear the filter, so it will show me everything. Now then we have an option to export as CSV. We can click here. It will export this as a CSV file. We can open this and we can utilize this sheet also. So it shows everything like timestamp, level, what is the message. Okay. And other than this, we have this retrieve logs also. If we click here, so we can specify the time range, the last number of record we want to fetch, and what are the type. So if we want to see info level also, so we can click info. It shows number of record as 100. We can select the time also. So let's select last 6 hours and let's retrieve log. So now the time range here at top, it is updated to 6 hours, and we can see last 6 hours log. So based on this, we can change the timestamp, and we can even create custom, and we can select the date. Let's say I select starting of this month date, right? We can apply these things also, and end date, let's select this 21st, and retrieve log. So based on this, we can change these settings, and we can get the old logs also. So this is all about this remote host runtime, and how Genius Hub provide this capability also, so that they can investigate all the things happening, like all the dialogue will be shown here. Okay, so this is about, and we can, yeah, again, like based on the database. So this is GH demo for one of the database level. We have set that remote OS checkbox. Now this I have done for other database also. So for each database, we can do this thing, and it will show me here all the dialogue. So that's all in this video. Hopefully, if you have any question, then you can contact. Thank you.